Yo, Ski, what it do? What's up, bro? It's your boy Dom here today, and as you guys can see by the title and thumbnail, I have a well-requested video, bro. Y'all been asking for it. We got the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander build right here, bro. Now, this build is an offensive demigod. You guys know Shai is one of the best scorers in the league without really having to use the 3-ball that much. But, of course, this build gets the 3. I'm not going to give y'all a park build that can't shoot the 3. But that just goes to show, like, really how good SGA is when it comes to scoring the ball, bro. Like, he's literally doing this without even having to rely on the 3 that much. It's kind of crazy. But we got the SGA video right here, man. Make sure y'all watch the video all the way through for this build on next and also current gen. And let's go ahead and get straight to it, bro. Y'all see I got the name Shai too much off the rip. Y'all know the vibes with the name. Next position, if you want, you can put him at shooting guard, you can put him at point guard. I chose to put him at shoot guard to be the more accurate to Shai. Hand, of course, is going to go right-handed for Shai as well. And then we give him that number 2 because, of course, he is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He wears number 2. But also, we giving him that number 2 because he is too much for this community, bruh. So give him that number 2. And now we move over to the body settings. Now, this is where y'all may have a little bit of issue, bruh. I chose to put this build at 6'7". I know Shai in real life is 6'6", but I think this build is way better at 6'7". So I chose to go 6'7", and then for the weight, take this to 207, and for his wingspan, take this to 7'4", which is the max. So the defense on this build is going to be crazy, knowing that we have a max wingspan. And then for the body shape, I think Shai will low-key have like a defined type of body, but I think this looks a little bit too buff for him. I know he actually is ripped in real life, but I just think this look a little bit too aki. So I'll put him probably at something like solid. And now we move over to the actual stats for this build, starting off with the finishing. One of Shai's best categories of his game, bro, is his finisher. So starting off with a close shot, take this to a 70, and we get 3 finishing badges right there. Gold Giant Slayers is based off of the close shot. And then for the driving layup, we are going to take this to a 90 driving layup, bro. Like, we need a high driving layup. You guys know when it comes to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and finishing, this is his game right here. We need a high driving layup, and a 90 layup is exactly that, bro. We get Gold Acrobat Hall of Fame Giant Slayer, Gold Fearless, and also Gold Slithery Finisher. And not to mention, we are going to come down here and max his strength out of the 74. That's why I went 207 on the weight. And we get this bronze bully, as you guys can see right here, because low-key, he do be bullying them little guards and even bigger guards too. He be bullying them, bro, so we will get bully badge on this build. But then when it comes to the driver dunk, take this to an 80. You will not unlock the contact dunks on this build. But Shai really is not a slasher when it comes to dunking the ball like that. So I just chose to take this to an 80. And then for his post control, take this to an 80 as well, because he can play in the post and stuff like that, backing people down, shooting post fades, all that. I want to get this build some post control, so we get some Hall of Fame post fade technician and also go back down Punisher, and we get 19 finishing badges on this build. Now, next, when it comes to shooting, another great part of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander game is the mid-range, bro. He is a mid-range assassin. So you guys know, mid-range, we got to give him an 81 for that, so we can unlock this Hall of Fame in the Magician. And then for the three-pointer, I chose to take this to an 83. Now, if you want an 85, make sure to watch all the way through, and I'll show you guys how to adjust some stats to get that 85-3 for the silver limitless range. But for this, we get 83-3 unlocking silver A's and 3s. But the more important part is that we get this 81 mid-range unlocking that Hall of Fame new Magician, like I said, bro. So in the mid-range, we're going to go crazy, pair this with the post control, shooting post fades and stuff like that. It's going to be completely OP, bro. So it's going to go crazy. And then to finish it off with the shooting category, we're going to take this free throw to a 61. I know SGA is a pretty much knockdown free throw shooter. That's a large part of his game. But with a 60 free throw, you'll be super fine. So having this is okay. And now we move down to the playmaking category, bro. Start off the pass, actually take this to a 76. He is a pretty good passer, but you guys know on here, the threshold that you really want to hit is that 75 to unlock the LeBron pass out. And you do that with the 75 pass, actually, as you guys can see. But I took it up 1 so we can unlock 1 extra playmaker badge. So 7 right there. And then for the ball handle, I chose to take this to a 90 so we can unlock Damian Lillard behind the back. And also just the fact that going 89, we do unlock that Hall of Fame quick first step, but why not just bump it up to a 90 so we can unlock a few more animations. So that's what I did there. And then for a speed ball, I took this to a 75, but then thought I want another playmaker badge, so I took this up to a 77. And we get 21 playmaker badges now. So you guys can see Hall of Fame anchor breaker, Hall of Fame quick first step, gold hyperdrive, gold clamp breaker, and also gold unpluckable. Silver handles for days. We get some decent playmaker badges, and also 21 playmaker badges is definitely enough for this build. And now we move down to the defense, bro. He's a decent, solid defender, but of course we have to sacrifice some on this build. But it's not as bad as something like the Kyrie build I showed y'all. This build gets a little bit better defense. So starting off the perimeter, we get a 77 perimeter defense, unlocking this gold menace and also bronze clamps, bronze challenger. And then for a steal, take this to a 78 so you can play in the lanes with this silver interceptor. And then for his block, take this to a 75, getting chase down artists on gold. And then also having this anchor on bronze as well is going to be a great help for this build. And then for the defensive rebound, you want to take this to a 74 so you can snag boards and stuff like that. And interior defense, take this to a 60. And this is the defensive category for this build, but pretty solid. It's not the best like a lockdown, but it's definitely going to get us across the way, you know what I'm saying? 17 defensive badges is definitely good enough for this build and will also help this build out. But then to finish off with the physicals when it comes to this build, bro, starting off with the speed, take your speed to a 76. I know it may seem low, but I told y'all, if we want to be this well-rounded on offense, having post game, crazy driving layup, being able to get quick drops, also shooting the threes with the silver 8s and 3s, Hall of Fame the Magician, 90 ball handle, we had to sacrifice something. So with this 76 speed, with Gym Rat, you'll be looking at an 80 speed, which is pretty solid for a 6'7", bro. I'm not gonna lie, it's not just bad. So 76 speed is alright, but Excel, of course, you want to max this out at an 80, leave his vertical at a 60, and then stamina to a 95. And this is a 6'7" SGA build right here. But I told y'all, if you want to alter some stats, I know a lot of y'all may not really pay in a post like that. You just want an SGA build when it comes to being able to finish strong and layups and stuff like that. You don't really care about the post game. You can honestly take this off, put the rest on your three-pointer, and then come down here to defense and get even some crazier defense, unlocking an 87 perimeter defense. And also, if you don't want that, you could probably even get contact dunks now. Take his driving dunk to an 85 or 84 right there, and put the rest on his vertical to a 75. Or you might finesse a 86. So you can't finesse an 86 driving dunk, as you guys can see. So it's a lot of different things you guys can do with this build if you don't really value that post control. But I want to keep it as accurate to SGA as possible, so I'm gonna put that post control back on him. I got to come down to his vertical, take this down to a 60. And then boom, put the rest on his post control. And this is the build right here, like I showed y'all. Now for the takeovers, we get slash and take, shot creator take, sharp take, and playmaker take. Now with slash and take, bruh, you will be able to unlock contact dunks with this build. So that may be one thing that you want to question, you know what I'm saying? Like if you don't get the contact dunks off rip, at least in takeover, you will be able to unlock them. But then the other takes that I would actually run for Shai is low-key probably finishing moves because of how good of a finisher he is. And then secondary pull-up precision or switch these around. But we're going to finish this build out. Now spoiler alert, we don't get the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander comparison, but we do get a valid one, which is D-Book right there, Devin Vassell, and then we get Paul George. And the name that you get for this build is a rare name, a 3-level shot creator. Low-key remind me of 21 next gen. We get that 3-level shot creator. So I'm gonna put him at a 99, and now let me show you guys the finishing badges. So of course, I want that gold fearless, I want gold acrobat, I want Hall of Fame giant say, like I want all of these badges, bro. Of course, come down here, get that gold slithery. I want limitless takeoff as well on silver. And then like I said, if you want this bully badge, you will have to add 4 to this category so you can run bully on bronze. But if you don't, you can come up here, maybe take some of these badges off, and then get postman technician or Hall of Fame, back down punisher. Like I would low-key consider adding literally all of my badges to the finishing category so I can play around with all of these badges. But moving over to the shooter, bruh, I'm gonna get gold green machine, of course, Hall of Fame the Magician, Hall of Fame volume shooter. Come down here, I'm gonna core 8s and 3s on silver, get that bronze limitless range, and then maybe even put corner specialist on silver for the post fades and stuff like that, and also dribble pull-ups in the corner. Corner specialist will activate, but just for the sake of this, I'm gonna probably just put the rest on clutch shooter, or actually come down here, I'm tripping, put space creator on silver. And now move over to the playmaker, bro. Hall of Fame quick first step, go hyperdrive, and you want to do, I'm gonna come down here and core clamp breaker on gold, get gold unpluckable. And then maybe this is another thing if you want to add some badges to your playmaking category so you can't get these handles for days. But if not, I'll just put the rest on bronze bailout. And now moving over to the defense to finish it off, bro. Gold chase down artist, I'm gonna say gold menace, bronze anchor. And then for the last few, I'm stuck between what I do, challenger, clamps. I might even just do interceptor on silver on core, and then take one of these down like menace, or take menace off completely like to bronze or something like that, and then put the rest on my clamps or challenger. I don't really know. I'll probably do something like this, put it on clamps, and then we're going to set up like this. But of course, these badge layouts and stuff like that is all preference when it comes to me. Y'all have your own preference when it comes to putting y'all badges on. But this is the 6'7" SGA build on next gen. Now let me show you guys this build on current gen. So now we on current gen, bro. You guys see the vitals. We're going to keep these the exact same. Shai too much, position at the shooting guard, hand right-handed, and then jersey number 2. And then when it comes to the body settings, we kept this the same as well. But body shape, I would low-key kind of see defined, looking a little bit better than it did on next gen if you want to like compare it to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander actual body. But then when it comes to the stats, this is how we're gonna finesse it on current gen. So on current gen, when it comes to the finishing category, everything literally stays the same. We got that 90 driving layup, 80 driving dunk, and also 70 close shot. With the 80 post control, getting this Hall of Fame post spin technician, go back down punisher. All the good badges that we had on next gen, we get those same ones on current. Now for the shooting, once again, everything stays the same except the free throw then went up to a 65, allowing us to be a little bit better when it comes to free throws. And we also get 22 shooting badges. And then for the playmaking, you guys can see literally everything stayed the same, which I'm surprised because y'all know next gen I was really just doing this for the badges and stuff like that, and the exact same thresholds unlock the same exact like extra badges and stuff like that. So that's why it looks the same on here as well. But for the defense, this is what changed, is this build now gets a little bit extra interior defense with this 70 interior defense, making us an even better defender in the paint and stuff like that. But then everything else stayed the same except the rebound. We took this down a little bit because that 74 defensive rebound did not unlock any extra defensive badges. But then for the physicals, as you guys can see, everything stayed the same as well. So yeah, this is the SGA build on here. 19 finishing, 22 shooting, 20 playmaking, and then 16 defensive badges. And then for the takeovers that we get, once again, it's the same on next gen. Slashing, shot creating, sharp, and playmaking. I'll probably go shot created and then slashing. And you finish this build on current gen, and the name that you get once again is a 3-level shot creator. And the comparisons is Paul George, Devin Booker, and DeJounte Murray. Very similar to next gen. We got the same name and 2 out of 3 of the same comparisons. But this is the build on current gen. If you guys feel like this video helped you out and you also enjoyed it, make sure to smash that like button. We on the road to 5,000 subscribers, bro. Go ahead, hit that sub button if you're watching this right now. And if you guys got any other builds you want to see, make sure to leave them down in the comment section below. And it's your boy Dom, and I'll catch y'all in the next one, bro.